Kusabe is driving a car and a little girl comes in front of his car. He bangs his vehicle with the iron fence on the road to save the girl from harm. He is so happy that he has successfully saved the girl's life, but he wonders why his body is still unconscious in the car for a split second. He is watching everything from a distance, then suddenly he realizes that he is not alive anymore, but he is happy that his life ended helping someone. Because makes a list of things he'll miss about the world before realizing he can't watch the latest installments of his favorite video games. Additionally, he will miss Maya, who suddenly his body begins to descend and he finally lands on a steep slope in front of a massive castle that is surrounded by numerous old dwellings. To his amazement, he saws a giant dragon flying over his head. He decided to go and watch the town. He decides to walk in the streets, everything including buildings and the closed people look so ancient. He thinks to himself that it all resembles a game setting. The shops and writing boards are written in Japanese and English. He is happy that even though he has dwelled in another world, he will face no difficulty in communication. Fascinated by the surroundings, he shouts that he is reborn into another world. People walking in the streets stop by and start whispering to each other, watching him shouting so loudly. He felt embarrassed and took his phone from his pocket to capture the beautiful moment. After he took pictures, he wanted to post them on social media. But he realizes that this world has no connectivity source. He needs money to buy necessary items. He goes to a nearby shop owned by women. She sells armor. Kusabe's mobile's battery is dead now and he gives it to the shop owner to sell. She inspects the mobile and deduces that it can be an item from an ancient culture. She gives him money and allows him to take anything from the shop in exchange for it. Kusabe is enjoying the perks of new life. He bought a new sword and leather armor that would increase his power in this world. Showing skill, he immediately gets a stone and throws it towards where Killer Rabbit is coming to. Stone does not hit the Killer Rabbit, and he realizes he has no warrior skill. Ultimately, he gets tired and admits he cannot defeat the Killer Rabbit. He shouts the name of his beloved elder sister Maya. She saved him from every trouble in the other world, so he kept shouting her name for help. Suddenly the blue light prevails, and in that light, Maya enters that world. She has the incredible power to make high jumps and kill the enemy with one hit. She jumps off the ground and hits the Killer Rabbit, throwing him away at a distance. Kusabe is surprised that his sister is a fantastic combination of power and wisdom. He thinks to himself that it can't be real. How can his sister follow him into this world? Meanwhile, Maya jumps on him and hands him. She rubs her cheeks with him. Now he is sure that this is his sister. No one else does that to him. He wants to know how she managed to follow him into this world. She told him that after the accident, they took Kusabe to the operation theater. She noticed that he was smiling and making such gestures with his face that he was having fun. She immediately decided that she wanted to be where her brother was, so banged her head so hard with the room's wall and ultimately fell unconscious. This reunited them with the other world. She mentions that he is in a coma and has not gained consciousness. When a crucible realizes she jumped into this dimension without understanding how to get out, he yells at her fiercely. Mayor is so brave, and she reveals her plan that both of them will make a good living in this world. That's how their journey into this world started, where Mayor emerged as a great warrior when the people from a village run in every direction. They looked terrified and tried to find a safe place to hide, but the efforts seem futile as most of them have already lost their lives in that battle, which is with a stronger creature. The innocent people of the village are attacked by 3 York brothers, who are mighty in structure and remain undefeated. All 3 York brothers have made sure that there are no survivors in the village. Therefore, they are happy and celebrating that they have said the whole town is set on fire and people are dead on its streets. But they don't know that a girl has survived their attacks. She is sobbing and crying in a corner where the Orc brothers celebrate their victory. Suddenly a boy lives in front of the orcs and takes out his sword, pointing it towards the 3 York brothers. He introduces himself as an invincible adventurer whose name is Kusabe's side. Before attacking 3 York brothers, he warns them that he will turn them into dust and they cannot defeat, and whatever they do, 3 York brothers make fun of him as he is a thin structure guy, and they have killed the entire village. Hence 3 York brothers decide to finish first, and the elder one among the orcs start running towards the crucible. Accusable gestures from his hands in the air are filled with dust. Rest 2 orcs cannot watch anything from within the dust. The pillar rises and pierces big orc's brother's body. At the same time, a girl appears who initiates an explosion from the power of her hand. The resulting explosion terrifies the 2nd Orc brother, who runs away immediately. 1 Orc's brother is so afraid of the girl that he cannot move from his place and sits on the ground fearing for his life. She removed orcs to save villages from further attacks. He admires Maya that she must be thinking about saving the entire village from future attacks. But Maya declares that she is only concerned about her little brother's safety. She is so disappointed that she cannot save him. Ultimately, the orc's attack left a little mark on her brother's cheek. She takes a valuable elixir bottle out of her pocket and gives it to Kusabe. He knows that elixir is rare and refuses to take it, telling her that a scar like that can get healed with a spit. She jumps on him to lick her brother's face. At the same time, villagers come and see them. The villagers don't understand what happened until the little girl who watched the combat between orcs and Akusuba tells them. She says that Akusaba is the one who fought bravely with orcs and saved villagers. They all cry at his bravery. They thank him for what he has done for them. Next up, Akusaba goes to the Adventurers Guild to claim his rank. He is surprised that he has jumped to a much higher rank, killing Ogre as the 6th rank of the Adventurers Guild, after which only 3 ranks are left to become the top adventurer. The receptionists congratulated him and gave him a medal for winning from the orcs. Also elaborates on some responsibilities of owning the medal, which is he can't sell them to anyone. The Kusaba is absolutely horrified to learn that lying about one's status carries a severe penalty. He becomes extremely anxious knowing that Akusaba attempts to persuade the receptionist that he is the rightful owner of the medal without assistance. Akusa believes the Adventurous Guild and begs his sister not to reveal her stats to anybody, because he is so worried about hiding his death. However, she is too innocent to grasp what he is saying. Accusable wonders what her power level would be after seeing his sister display incredible strength. To go on a mission like that, the Accusable wants to protect his reputation. So he finally has a plan. Maya wants to defeat the bad warriors so he won't hurt anyone. Akusuba is yelled at by the evil warrior to emerge right away and engage Yakusaba in combat. When the terrible warrior meets him, he whispers his plan in Maya's ear, calling him a miserable little drunken guy. This infuriates the warrior, who immediately rushes to attack, splits the earth in 2 with his arm, but the evil warrior approaching him barely avoids falling into the pit because he is too afraid to attack him again. Instead, he turns around and flees. Mayor is standing behind the throne, which Maya moved by the force of her Kusaba, and which of this life in another world with his sister. But he is afraid and excited about what would be their life like that. He just has to wait for them after this episode ends to see how many adventures are awaiting them. Meyer asked for her promised reward, and he promised that he would do anything. Side of a residential area that belonged to one of the most prominent nobles in the kingdom of Kaiserian, Lord Midnight, who built it for his servants. But since it became vacant, people have heard things moving and screaming in the middle of the night, and many rumors have spread about the place suggesting that there is an evil spirit haunting the house. Next, we see Asahi at the Adventurers Guild looking for a new job. The employee informed Asahi that she had the ideal job for him because a certain noble family had requested assistance, and the reward was a house, the same haunted house mentioned at the beginning of the episode. But unfortunately, they don't have a working base, which is crucial in MMO games. Asahi was ecstatic since he had always wanted to own a home. The employee gave him the documents and told him he would go there to drive out the evil spirits, and Asahi was thrilled by this. And his sister gave him another dose of medicine to treat his wounds. She warned him, "We need to be careful, the evil spirit might attack us again." As the cat hit Asahi, his sister gave him the medicine once again, but he replied, "The treatment doesn't match the harm I'm receiving. Your excessive protection and buying all these medical supplies are causing us to run out of money." She explained, "I was worried about you, and I couldn't control myself." Then Mayani spoke to the evil spirit, "Enough with the attacks. If you're going to fight us, do it fairly and show yourself." The spirit replied, "I'll face you if you insist." It attacked Mayani when she ignored it, and Asahi warned her, "Don't destroy the building, we'll end up drowning in debt and working illegal jobs. I know many scenarios like this." The villainess spoke about the immense strength of this woman, which was equal to that of one of the 6 generals of the Demon King. Then black air appeared and entered Mayani's body, and the villainess told her that she had taken over Mayani's body. Mayani became very tired and her appearance changed. The villain is claimed to have the strongest body and exuded power. Asahi became worried and realized that if the enemy obtained Mayani's power, it would mean that he and the entire world were in danger, so he needed a plan. Asahi feared for his safety and wanted to escape, but Mayani approached him and he thought of a plan to escape. He told her that he was her brother, and then Climera entered and said that she did not expect Mayani to allow her competitor, the evil spirit, to take over her body. Climera asked why the spirit was angry, and Asahi replied that she did nothing in this house. Then they saw Mayani transform and become stronger, and Climera challenged the evil spirit to an arm wrestling match, claiming that she would defeat her in a test of strength and make her lose all confidence in herself. She said to him, "I will defeat her in the competition, and the strongest will remain, and at that time she will lose all her confidence in herself, and at that time I will seize the opportunity and force the evil spirit out of Maya's body." It's a beautiful idea. Then Maya attacked her with all of her might. Their power was incredibly immense, and because of the intensity of their power, Asahi was thrown far away. If they continued like this, the house would be destroyed. The girl with the horns spoke to her, saying, "I did not expect you to be able to do all this despite being under the control of an evil spirit. How did you manage to do all of this? Asahi was very concerned about Maya because she was the only person who had been by his side since the beginning. Her heart was kind, and she always did good for him, so they had to move quickly and get out of there. Maya began to talk about the evil spirit that was inside her and how she didn't know what she was doing and how she could kill anyone, no matter how strong they were. But the woman with horns noticed that the evil spirit was possessing her. They went to the guild, where the guild girl was very pleased with Asahi because he was able to drive away the evil spirits. Even the priests and elders could not do this. She told him, "You are amazing," and Maya was very happy with this big house they both had. They continued to clean the house, but the corners and crevices still needed some cleaning. She then said, "Well, there are some requests related to evil spirits that haven't been solved yet, and you can take care of all these requests." When Asahi heard this, he quickly fled. When Subaru Natsuki, the protagonist of the anime, leaves the grocery store after buying some groceries, he feels something pulling on his body. He unexpectedly found himself in a different planet when he rubbed his eyes. Subaru was astonished, but he was also relieved since he had thought to have power in that realm. But in fact, he had none. He kept on moving till he came to a fruit store that was being watched over by a man by the name of Kataman. He wanted to use his money from Japan to purchase the fruit, but Kataman rejected him and ejected him. Subaru then attempted to enter a number of additional locations, but he was consistently turned away, and some even hurled him into the river.